This is a cottage on Lake Simcoe that has a long history of previous owners. When the homeowners bought this, it was basically a rabbit warren of little rooms. And this was a screened-in porch. It wasn't even part of the cottage. So there's a lot of work to get it to this stage. They loved the location of this cottage and where it was geographically and how it fit within their drive and everything, but they couldn't imagine what to do with the space because there was a lot of work in moving walls and, creating new spaces. And so they were really looking for help with reimagining the whole space. Originally with the cottage, when you came in, it was just sort of this long hallway that you couldn't even see the water. We opened up the hallway to make it more gracious, lots of people flowing through. We created a little built-in bookshelves with comfortable chairs and people can just sit down and read there. And that becomes part of the whole entrance to the cottage. The biggest thing was trying to get all the rooms to be open to each other. The kitchen originally was this tiny little room at the back. And so we've made it so that it's open to the dining room. We've got views of the water, which was really important. There's also views of the living room with the fireplace. We didn't want a white kitchen because it's part of the cottage. We wanted it still to have that rustic feel, but sort of like an upgraded rustic. So we used things like stainless steel on the island and wood. We didn't coordinate all of the colors. There's white in the kitchen, but there's also the big black storage units, which we had built to look like they were found somewhere, and I think they work really well. And then there's a big pantry at the back. We were trying to avoid a lot of uppers that you have to reach to and is wasted space, so all of the food is in the pantry at the back, which works really well for them. I think when they first moved in, there were some jokes about who was going to use the kitchen, but I think over the years, they love it because it's like the big party space. That's where everybody goes. So it's become a major thing, and I think they cook a lot more now. The sitting area over here was, again, part of the screened-in porch, and there really wasn't anything there. There's a living area by the fireplace, but we wanted lots of areas for people to go. And this just became this nice, cozy space that you could curl up on a rainy day and read or look out at the lake, and it's become, I think, one of their favorite places. The living room is funny because it had access in so many ways. Like there's an entrance to go up to the stairs, there's a fireplace, you can go out to the deck. So it was hard to sort of position furniture because there was really no walls. You had to kind of create it within this space. You don't want to put the TV above the fireplace. So we sort of looked around at other ways and we put it in the wall so people can still see it. The main focus is on the fireplace, but the TV is viewable from all the seats as well. They travel a lot. They really thought of this as their sort of Canadian home. And she likes blue and watery colors, so we incorporated that a lot. But there's a lot of white and contrast too. So it's very neutral, really. There's not a lot of color, but it feels colorful because there's, pops of blue and different colors. We brought in a lot of the finishes from down here up there to sort of coordinate, but we kept a lot of the materials up there. We did a lot of rooms with twin beds with headboards so the beds could be pushed together, or just the twin beds for the kids. And so the whole thing was trying to make it as flexible as possible. It was definitely worth coming up here to do this project. I love cottages, I have to say. This was really one of the very first cottages that I did, and I love it. It was just great to get out of the city and come up and spend the day up here, and it's beautiful.